I've also just realized that I forgot to weigh myself this morning on this beautiful Monday morning. And I've eaten and drank now. So I'm gonna, do the weigh-in tomorrow. Oops. Also, new hottie of the week, Juan Pablo de Pache. Daddy. Breakfast time! We have our usual black tea with maple syrup and some fake milk. We have an apple rhubarb juice, the last of them. We have our supplements, iron and zinc, and we have our overnight oats and chia seeds from the fridge. Just got dressed because I'm leaving the house in a bit. I'm going to Fantasy Film Fest. I'm going to be watching 5 movies this week at Fantasy Film Fest, and the first one is today at 2. It's called See For Me, about a blind woman. I don't know too much about the movie. I like being surprised by movies. Back home, the movie was really good. It could have gone in any direction at any point, so yeah, if you're able to find it somewhere, go watch See For Me. Very good. But it's about a blind woman who's cat sitting for some rich lady, and then, of course, that night, the first night she's staying there, the house is broken into. And she goes down. But yeah, really liked it. Anyway, on my way back home, I detoured to DM and got I bought a few things. I don't know what category the combination of it is. So we have trash bags, because I think I just used the last one. If not, there's only one more left. They finally have those vegan gingerbreads again that I loved so much. So I got a bag. And it's also not too much. It's like not a big batch, right? So that's good. Toothpaste, a new foot rasp, sexy, I know. Some more hand cream and some cotton gloves that are reusable. I can wash them. I checked. And this kind of baby ass cream that is really good to keep your skin intact. I want to fix my crusty hands. I don't know if you can see on camera, maybe like between the fingers a little, but they're super cracked. I read that if you fatten them before you go to bed and then put on gloves and let that, seep through, which is why I got this. I do have one, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna empty the other one that I have for one round of that. I'm gonna do that tonight. Other than that, the oven is preheating for some pasta casserole. And my mom texted me that something in her household broke. So I'm gonna call her back and see if I can help her. Most likely just by buying a new one for her online, but the older people. She's 65, I still can't get over that. So now I was just on the phone with my mom for an hour to order her a new fridge, because everything is breaking and falling apart in my mom's house. And in the meantime, I made my pasta casserole and I'm gonna eat that now. And I sincerely hope that the ITV website works, because I wanna know what happens on Emmerdale. And for afters, I decided I'm gonna have 2 of these 4 gingerbreads. No more than 2. Okay, so I've had 3. I just worked for almost 3 hours on my term paper, and I've reached my goal for tomorrow to have added all citations to the chapters that, we're at that stage where you could add citations. There are 3 chapters that I want to rewrite, but yeah, that's really good. I'm really happy that I managed that. I don't know. And also, I kind of want a snack. I'm thinking about having the last gingerbread. You know what? I deserve that. I'm gonna treat myself. And now I'm having an apple, because I'm craving something fresh. That makes sense. Good morning. I just got up and I did not vlog last night that I did that. I did put hand lotion, the baby ice cream all over my hands, put them in gloves and slept with it. Looking forward to seeing the results. And I'm also gonna weigh myself in a bit. I don't expect much change, if any. So, considering last week, this week wasn't really that great. But anyway, I gotta get up first and get these off. brush my teeth, and weigh myself. Oh. So I guess I'm at 114.0, which is literally 0.1 loss. So literally kind of nothing. I expected that week. That's it. Brekkie time. Back to pineapple juice. Other than that, oh, and I now have almond milk for my tea. Other than that, everything stayed the same. You okay, pumpkin? Oh, wiggle the tail for me. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, where you going? Oh, 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 yo. Living on the edge, huh? Just went on the walk and he's been hesitant to put full weight on this paw randomly. And I can't figure it out. I don't see anything that you stepped on. I don't know how to help you, pumpkin. Back home and I just cooked some lunch and probably dinner also. Asian vegetable mix with Szechuan tofu and pumpkin seeds, and I added a spicy peanut sauce. Like, I've done this recipe in past vlogs, you know that one. And the second and thus last bowl of this concoction. Okay, so I'm home now. It's almost 8. I've been informed that the puppy is okay, his paw is fine. Guess I've overreacted, but especially with the little pumpkin, I'd rather overreact than, you know, look over something and be like, yeah. Anyway, so that happened. I've been to therapy. We've talked pretty much exclusively about my term paper and my successes in working on it for 3 days straight now. I still intend to do a little work on it today, but not right now. I've, on my way back from therapy, detoured to Lidl to get a few things, and the few things being ginger ale. I was craving ginger ale. So I went to get a bottle of ginger ale, and as I was there, I was like, yeah, let's get some fruit. So I got grapes and pears. I got some fake mints, so I can have some chili, can make some chili one of those days. Oh yeah, and another Asian vegetable mix. I did not get ginger ale because they were out of ginger ale. How? So I got one of those Schwabs. I got another one that's lemon flavored, and a regular, an unflavored, regular flavor Pepsi Light. It's all zero, so, you know, diet-wise, that's great. I've also not been hungry all day, and I kind of intend to, if I want to eat something, it's gonna be a piece of fruit, but I'm not gonna cook anything or whatever, you know? So even better, I was just gonna take a sip and it's decaf. It's perfect, so I won't have heart palpitations tonight. And I can sleep. Although caffeine actually makes me sleepy. Sometimes. Like, my brain gets sleepy, but my body is like hyper awake. That makes, you know, that combination. Very fun. Anyways, decaf, yay me! So, I've finished editing last week's vlog and uploaded it. I did half an hour of writing for my paper, but it's like super late. I couldn't really focus anymore. Then I read a little, then I did my fingernails because it was urgent. And now I'm having a pear. Breakfast time! Hi, I'm back home from work. Work was pretty uneventful except for a bitchy email from one of my coworkers. But I responded accordingly, handled it. And now I'm preheating the oven so I can have my pasta casserole that's been thawing over the day. And chill a little. And then I also have to leave in what appears to be 2 hours. to Fantasy Film Fest and watch a Korean horror movie called Midnight. Yeah, kind of excited. And the pasta casserole's done. Eating that. Still catching up. I'm only a few episodes back, so coming for you. And for afters, I'm having another pan. I'm back out for Fantasy Film Fest. Home from the movie, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It had like that fairly common wackiness that Korean movies have, or also Japanese movies, I suppose. But it was really, really tense, and it was really interesting how they played with gender roles also, because for the longest time it seemed like the females in that film didn't have any agency, couldn't do anything. They were just like damsels in distresses. Just you wait. Also interesting was how people laughed at certain cultural elements that are just different and was like, why? Also, I realized it was also about a deaf woman who was the, like, I guess the protagonist, if you will. Interestingly, because the other movie that I'd seen on Monday was also about a deaf woman. I just read a book with a deaf protagonist, all coincidental, except the movie on Monday. I didn't know there were deaf characters. And before that book, I read another book where there was someone with selective mutism. So like lots of disabilities that I'm reading about. It's really, really interesting. Yeah, I just realized that I consumed a lot of media with disabled characters. Get the representation, girl. Also, on my way back, the train stopped going. First, I had to switch trains, actually, and then it stopped going 2 stops, well, one to 2 stops before I would have to get off. And there was no other way to get home other than walk. So again, I walked 2 stops and, the extra. Anyway, I'm home now. I am somewhat hungry, but I don't really want to like cook anything. So I'm not sure what to do. I'm just having an apple. I think I'm just gonna have some fruit. Grabbed an apple. Breakfast time. So I'm dressed and like choosing what shoes to wear today because shit weather. But I have a fully packed schedule for today. I'm getting a haircut, which urgently needed. Then I'm going straight to the pumpkin's house to walk the pumpkin, which I hope will happen, because if it's raining, the pumpkins aren't really eager to go outside. Then I'm going straight to therapy. Then I have not much time left to, I could go home, but I would immediately kind of have to leave again to go to uni, which for the first time in like, is it 1.5 or 2 years? 1.5 years, 3 semesters, that I have a class in person. I'm not sure if it's only the first session that's gonna be in person, but that's kind of exciting, but that's, timely kind of unfortunately placed. Classes from 6 to 8. What the fuck? And then I don't have much time to get home and leave again for the movie theater because I'm watching another horror film at Fantasy Film Fest. Stressful. I don't know how and what to eat and when. At the pumpkin's house. Acceptance over. Oh yeah. Been to the hairdresser. Okay, with the hat. Doesn't look that. But the cut is nice. Gotta clearly redo my roots soon, but happy about the cut. Again, the hat made it. Hat weather. Fuck. Anyway, are you up for a walk? It's been raining, pumpkin. And I know you don't like rain. Got the zoomies. Oh, what boy? So we went out for a walk, a bit quicker than we normally would, but it was a regular round. He's a bit hyper now. Figured because of the weather he wouldn't walk as much, but you know, anyway, he got his paws dirty and his chest and his belly, so I gave him a little rinse. And this is what I look now. Good thing I can at least go home after my next appointment. I'm home. Instead of going to the therapist, I'm home now. My therapist texted and suggested that because the weather makes public transport a bit unreliable today, that we could do our session today also via video call. Even though the weather is not really my motivation, it's that. And not having enough time between therapy and class to eat something, I said, yes, please. And she said, yeah, okay, I'll send you the link. So, session in 10 minutes. Because I get changed before. And I also threw out my shoes because one of them, the sole was already like slightly detached in the toe area, but now completely flapped off to like midfoot. So they were well worn. Yeah, anyway. Just done my therapy session, then was on the phone with my mom for 15 minutes because a fridge delivery date had to be scheduled. And now my pasta casserole is done and gonna be eaten. And I'm still on to Emmerdale. But this is yesterday's episode, so I'm really close to being fully caught up. And I'm nervous who's gonna die. If someone's gonna die. I kind of assume someone's gonna die, and it's only main characters, like important, like, I don't want anyone to die, but we'll see. I'm back home. I've just watched a movie. It was called Blood Conscious. And it was pretty good. It had a little bit of a student film vibe to it, which, you know, because it was 4:3, you know, full screen format. It wasn't like the best special effects and like makeup for a horror film, you know what I mean? But the story itself was really really good. It never is explained what actually happened or like what the evil is, if that makes sense. I don't want to give away too much because in case anyone wants to watch it, which I mean you kind of should. It was really good. The issue I had was getting to the theater in time. So technically it takes me 45 minutes from door to door, but I'm always a bit wary of like missing a train or there being some interruption. So I left an hour before I had to be there. And train came, everything's fine, and then it said, yeah, it only goes till a specific stop and I'd have to switch trains. I'm like, okay, I know that happens like late at night after 10:30, but it was 9:30, so I was very confused. I can just go to the other platform, board the train there, and you know, right on. I arrive, I have to take down the stairs to the correct platform. It said the next train would come in 18 minutes. No other choice at that point, couldn't go a detour, so I had to wait for that train. Was late, kind of nervous they wouldn't let me in because the screening might have started, you know what I mean? Because I know that from other festivals. And ran upstairs and was 10:41 as I entered the theater. And I saw, oh, lights still up, no ads, no trailers. And then it started to dim. It was perfect timing. I needed a second to find a seat, free seating. I was worried about being late, and it turned out I was perfectly on time, which of course I couldn't have known, but you know, still kind of glad that it, you know, turned out that way. So now I'm home. I am hungry. I don't know what to eat. I also don't really want to cook anything, but I can't like undereat too many days in a row. That's also not healthy. What do I do? A kiwi it is. And it is breakfast time. Back home, I made it. I was at a friend's house, and by a friend, I mean 3 friends. Mel, Laura, and Tilda. And it was really, really lovely. I had a really nice evening, deep conversations. I just didn't feel comfortable vlogging around them. Also didn't ask. But now I'm home, it's like 1:20. So I need to take a shower. Haven't done that in a few days. I'm still kind of hungry, but I don't really want to like cook anything. So I've showered and I cooked something. I did after I did dishes, because I couldn't have cooked without doing dishes first. I made some vegan sausages, a little tiny vegan omelette, and I have my garlic sriracha in case I need sauce, who knows. Yeah, having that for a very late dinner. Kiwi time! Breakfast time! I just realized while eating that I forgot to mention that I'm having a pear. I've also been grocery shopping, which is why I have pears again. And unfortunately I couldn't get all the ingredients that I wanted or that I needed for what I was gonna cook on Monday for my birthday dinner. So I was considering hunting those ingredients down. I mean, one of them I definitely have to. That specific fake meat schnitzel type of thing. Turns out the brand discontinued exactly those schnitzels that I wanted to use. So I have a plan C, but I would rather still come up with a plan B first. So maybe I can find something that's similar. I am meeting with a friend later. I'm meeting up with Tanya for coffee and walkies, but I hope she's okay with us looking at grocery stores. Again, plan C. I have a plan C, but that's still a last resort. It would be fine, but you know. And for some reason, they didn't have orange juice at the store. I mean, they had orange juice, of course they had, but like just trash ones, you know. It has to have pulp in it, and I want it to be organic. Do the commentary, rolling.
Wait, what's the topic?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't feel inspired by this. This reminds me of university times. I carried the crush on.
Oh yeah. Not the commentary we need.
Not really. No.
But it's pretty.
It's so pretty.
Berlin can be pretty, and it's a nice day.
On a sunny winter day, yeah.
Coffee break. Coffees. On this place.
I think it's gonna be a beautiful shot when also Zadar Crown comes.
I'll just film it and,
Yes.
you know.
How much time do you need to edit?
Like roughly 3 times as much as I have footage. And footage is usually half of, twice as much as the length of the video in the end.
I was kind of hoping that they would cross, you know, each other.
Well, you have one job, trams.
Okay. When you shop in, it's red.
And it's red. Let's have a sip of coffee. We got brunch, baby, it says.
I know, I saw it. But also the cakes look amazing.
They do.
Should I say amazing?
Amazing.
Darling. Do you think Mariah Carey says amazing instead of amazing?
No, what word does she use? She uses festive a lot.
Festive?
Yeah.
Somebody else had the same idea as you.
Ahrensfelde Stadtgrenze.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm back home. I hung out with Tanya for quite a few hours and had a lovely conversation, deep talk. She also didn't want to be filmed, so I didn't film her. But you can hear her, so enjoy that voice. With Tanya, it's really interesting. Every time we meet, which sadly is way too rarely, every time we do meet, we just instantly vibe and are in the same, like, I love that. It's really good. We also have like a little bit of like psychic connection sometimes, so that speaks for our friendship, relationship. Sometimes we know what each other's trying to say, while they're kind of sort of struggling saying the words. Tanya and I had deep conversations, and she made really, really nice remarks and comments about like these videos that I'm making, and that it's, for her, somewhat inspiring. It just feels arrogant to say that of myself, even though it's her words. if that makes sense. Still feels weird to get like things in her life sorted concerning like also her body. I really hope she doesn't mind me telling this. I guess I'm gonna text her if I am allowed to include this. About her body, about her eating and like blah, blah. That's really cute. It's really nice also to get like nice feedback. And it also kind of goes into the like same folder in my brain of like the nice comments and support comments and good wishes for my journey that I'm documenting here. Also, 2 more stories while we were out. We got coffee at that one space that was really, really hipster and posh, but still cool, right? I just ordered a macchiato. While I was ordering, I was like, a macchiato, do you have any like milk alternatives? Like chai, because you know, I don't want to be that annoying vegan. It's like, so she was like, of course we have soy, and I was like, oh, almond please. Then she was asking me if I wanted to stay or to go. And I, at the same time, was telling her, please, to go. I can have it to go. So that was like a little like fun thing that, and we were laughing like, oh my God, you know, telepathy. It was really fun. And then she saw my Band-Aid that is now ripped off, still bloody, don't know why, which had Chewbacca on it, and was like, oh, is that Chewie? And I'm like, yeah. And so we're like, oh yeah, Star Wars is so cool. I only recently got into it. I was like, well, and you know, kind of got into that. I'm like, yeah, you know, when I need a Band-Aid, why not have a Star Wars one? And showed her my One Direction wallet. She was like, oh, I'm so on board, both of these. So that was a really fun interaction, and I love kind of having a little bit of banter with serving staff. Then after Tanya and I parted, I went to the train station to get my train, and I've been craving a pretzel with pumpkin seeds from Ditch. I went there and they were out of pumpkin seed pretzels. So I asked, like, are they really empty, right? They're really empty. I'm seeing this correctly. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'll have a regular pretzel then. And then she was like, well, do you want the pumpkin seeds? Because in the tray where those pretzels would be, lots of the pumpkin seeds that had come off had, you know, collected. And I was like, I mean, sure, you know, because I love pumpkin seeds. As we know, we've well established I love pumpkin seeds. And so she just put it in the bag for me. Oh, that's so sweet, thank you. That's like mega nice, thank you. And she was like, oh, never mind, you know. I'm home now, it's almost 7. And I have to leave at 9:30 for the movies again. Leaving a little earlier today after the last few debacles. Also taking a different, you know, route with trains and whatnot. I couldn't find a good replacement for the schnitzel thing that I'm, you know, for Monday. So Tanya suggested to take breaded schnitzels, scrape the breading off and try. So I just got 1 box and I'm gonna try doing that while I have a few hours. However, here's the plan. I am going to try with a few bits of the dry soy protein gizmo and gadget and thingamabob to try whether or not it works and which one is better. I'm still kind of nervous about the dry bits. I can't see how that working like aesthetically, but you know, whatever. And then start a load of laundry, which is gonna take 1 hour 40. Then start dusting and like cleaning the floor so I can vacuum, which I know is gonna make me sweat. Nice song reference. The 90s. It has to be done. I guess it's better to do it now, or like within the next 30 minutes, than later at night or tomorrow. It feels also weird just rambling on about the thing I'm doing in the thing I'm doing. If that makes any sense. Okay, but I really need to get going. Also, this is a 10-minute clip. Fuck. It's gonna be a long vlog this time. Also, when am I gonna find time to edit that to have it up by Tuesday? Okay, so I made the marinade, orange juice, olive oil, some vinegar, lots of spices, herbs, a little bit of salt, and lots of orange juice. And then deep breaded the breaded schnitzel. For comparison, before and after, it is, I don't know, it doesn't look nice anymore. So I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna do that for the dinner on Monday, but I'm gonna try the marinating process regardless. Then add a little bit of broth to the leftover marinade and put a few bits and pieces of this dry soy schnitzel stuff. Dump that in there and marinate that for a few hours and see if it like absorbs all the flavor. That would be really, really great. Anyway, so I'm gonna try these 2 things now. Okay, so lots of the marinade in here with the one schnitzel and a few bits of, you know, like I said, in here. And I dumped everything, added half the volume in vegetable broth to it. But I'm gonna put that in the fridge to marinate, leave that out to marinate, put lids on it, both of them, and get going on my cleaning. I just was unexpectedly productive. I've done dishes, I've done the marinating and whatnot. I dusted the whole flat, tidied up a few shelves that I didn't intend to tidy up. I vacuumed, I half cleaned the bathroom, like I started, but there's like some things I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that right now. Laundry's almost done, gotta hang that up then. And I'm now on to frying the experimental fake meat protein stuff thingies. We'll see how that'll turn out. And while I'm waiting for the pan to heat up, another comment, I texted Tanya if I can mention the things that I mentioned before, if I can use the footage, and she said, yeah, of course, as long as my face is not in it. And I was like, yeah, but your hand is in it, surely, you know, because I showed the coffees that we had earlier. She was like, oh, maybe a hand modeling gig can come from that, you know, manifesting. So let's manifest that for her. Okay, so now for dinner, I'm having those trial thingies. One unbreaded schnitzel in the marinade, and how much other bits of the dry soy soaking stuff in the same marinade. Without having tasted it yet, I am pretty sure that the smaller bits would be nicer. I mean, first, it's easier to make. Second, I mean, look at it. It looks so much nicer. Okay, the verdict. I like the small soy bits better. They were much juicier and had like contracted much more of the flavor. It was really nice. And also considering how much of a pain in the ass it is to unbread or like take off the breading from the breaded schnitzel. Yeah, I'm not gonna wanna do that. I've realized two things just now. I need to leave 15 seconds ago and won't have time to hang up the laundry. I hope it's gonna be fine to sit there for a few hours, but I guess it should. It's not like super like soaking wet. Then I noticed how good my hair looks right now. For cleaning, I always wear a bandana or I had like something that kind of covers my forehead because I sweat a lot. And I don't know how exactly I did that, but okay, well, the back here maybe not so much, but like this swoosh. Oh yeah, also I'm gonna get dressed and leave for the theater now.
You should have come earlier like we did.
I'm back home. I watched that French werewolf movie, Teddy. The movie was really, really nice. I really, really liked it. Could have been a bit more gory, but I feel like that's probably a budget problem. Regardless, it was really, really cute and really well, cute. It was cute at parts. It was. What was really, really weird was watching the film in French and having it with English subtitles. My French is not good enough for me to watch it without subtitles. Not that I have any say in whether or not the movie theater has subtitles on. But understanding a bit of French, at points it was clear that they didn't translate that very accurately. I guess the best example, the first example where it sprung to mind was like in the first scene, in French I don't remember the exact date or whatever, but they were referring to like a specific date and a specific event in World War II, right? So they say the date and they say like the event, like what kind of battle it was. And in the subtitle, it just says World War II. I guess it doesn't matter for this story that badly, but at other times, I don't have any other examples, but at other times it was a bit more ridiculous. Anyway, I'm home now. I still have to put the laundry up and eat my pretzel. Let's put that already on the table. You know what this is. Breakfast time. Already taken my supplements though. So now I'm spontaneously dyeing my hair again. It's that time of the month. A little before shot. Oh, better lighting. A little before shot with like the sides dark and the roots dark, and like the grown out roots from the last redye are like being more yellow, reddish. And I put on my hair dyeing shirt. Unfortunately, I didn't have the right towel, but this is also an old asshole towel, so you're gonna get dirty today. Okay, first batch is in, and I now remembered what I did wrong the last time. I didn't put my head in saran wrap, especially for like the short hairs on the sides. It just works better. I don't know. So there's that, and it also kind of prevents any like drippage and leakage, which is good because I'm gonna be handling food now. I'm gonna be roasting the pumpkin that I have. I only got a small butternut, but I also have the hockey. I think I'm gonna just roast both and just use both. Pumpkins in the oven. Put the hokkaido and the squash in there. Cleaned after me. Okay, I've also like measured the vegetables that I'm gonna make tomorrow. I think this container full of Brussels sprouts would be good, and like half broccoli, half cauliflower. For that, it's a bit heaped, but you know, once it's defrosted, it's gonna sink a little. Some moisture is gonna get out, and it's gonna be also chopped up a bit more. Put that out so it can defrost over the day, and I'm gonna deal with it later tonight. You know, chopping it up and like putting this in the marinade. Also, you know, cutting these in. I'm not sure if I'm halving them or quartering them, but what does it mean? Okay, also my hair should be done any second. See, that's so much better. I'm kind of running out of time for the second round, but I'm gonna put it in and just hope for the best that everything goes well time-wise. Okay, second load of hair dye is in. I literally only have 45 minutes until I have to leave, so I'm thinking about cutting it short to 35 minutes. So I still have time to wash it out and to use the special conditioner that comes with a box, and get dressed and, you know, ready to leave. These flowers lasted for almost 2 entire weeks. That's really good, and most of them are still kind of up, but you know, guess it's time to say goodbye. Perfect timing. Hold on. Okay, that was the alarm for the pumpkins. I just realized that it's 1 p.m. and not 2 p.m. So I do have enough time to do the full 45 minutes. So, okay, I didn't vlog that bit. I already scooped out all the soft flesh from the Hokkaido one. I still have to do that for the butternut squash. And it's so soft. I think you can, like, look at that. You can mash that just with the fork. That's so nice. No need for a blender. Hokkaido is much more than the butternut squash, which is literally the reason I did both of them, because the recipe only calls for 1 large butternut squash. Yeah, I guess that'll do. Maybe I could have put that in 1 container. I'm gonna do that and then wash that right off. Hold on. And the second one is washed out. Use the conditioner. That's done. Ah, it looks so good. I'm so happy. The roots are really blonde. The sides are really blonde, and it's not red or yellowy. Okay, I have 45 minutes to kill. I'm gonna have a pad because I'm not gonna really have lunch today. I'm home, it's 1 a.m. It's my birthday, technically. I haven't really vlogged anything all day because vlogging around people is really weird and awkward, so I just didn't. I went to Hassan and Hannah's house to go to do an escape room. That was really fun. It was Checkpoint Charlie themed. It was really cool. Then we went back to the house to, you know, hang out and eat. We had burgers. And then Hassan and I went to the movies to meet 2 other friends to Fantasy Film Fest and watch the final movie, Silent Night, which I'm not sure if I'm like super a fan of, but it was fairly good. Yeah, I'm too lazy to like recount that. No. I've also taken a shower, as you might be able to see, and shaved, and you know, because big day tomorrow, or like later. I've already halved the Brussels sprouts. I'm now gonna marinate them Then I also need to marinate the soy bits, got another bag of those, and prep some vegetables for tomorrow, like, you know, the cauliflower and broccoli that are now thawed. Okay, I think I'm almost done prepping everything that I can prep right now. I've marinated the dry soy protein stuff. I've marinated the Brussels sprouts. I've turned carrots into sticks. I did the same to bell peppers. I chopped up the broccoli and cauliflower for the casserole side dish. I am hungry, but also not that hungry, so I made a little tiny bit. This is the actual leftovers of broccoli that I still had left in the freezer. The one breaded schnitzel and like some garlic sriracha. Good morning! It's my birthday and I just weighed myself. I am down to 112.7. So I got rid of 1.3 kilos this week, which explains the little fluctuation last week also. I'm pretty sure that it's more, you know. But yeah, that's really cool. That's a good thing, good news to wake up to on a beautiful sunny Monday winter morning, which happens to be my birthday. So this is the end of the vlog. So comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.